Righteous indignation is one of the tactics a covert abuser will use to try and darvo a situation. They pretend to be morally outraged to avoid taking responsibility for their behavior. If you're not aware of this tactic, it can seriously distort your reality. A personal example I have of this is when money went missing from my kid's piggy bank for the 4th time. All the times before this, he was able to blame other things, the neighbor kids, or maybe she misplaced the money. One time he even suggested that somebody broke into our home to take the $10 from her piggy bank. But this time, he was the only other person in the house, so there was no escaping it. And I didn't even accuse him. I just asked him, was it you? His response was righteous indignation. I can't believe that you would think it's me. After everything that I've done from her, I just bought her a bike for her birthday. And yeah, he did buy her a bike. But if he was short on cash before payday, which he often was, and needed cigarettes, I could totally see him taking the money. So while I didn't buy into the outrage that time, he tried to frame his reaction as a moral issue, making it seem like I was questioning his character for asking a simple, logical question, given the context. And this is deflection. He was trying to avoid answering the question by shifting the focus from the missing money to my trust in him. By doing this, he tried to make me feel like I was the one with the moral issues. And this tactic also silences you because it discourages you from expressing your concerns in the future. And their conviction is so strong that you end up feeling guilty for asking a simple question, like you created unnecessary conflict. So this tactic works because it exploits our desire to be seen as good moral people. And their emotional reaction is so overwhelming that you immediately feel bad for questioning them. You get caught up in their feelings and now suddenly you're the one apologizing, which successfully shifts the focus away from the missing money and onto their hurt feelings. This allows them to avoid accountability and to maintain control over the situation. And I know that sometimes victims will say the same thing, like, I can't believe you think that of me. It's important to remember the context and the intent. In my example, the intent was to avoid answering the question. Whenever I said something similar, it was usually in response to an ongoing power imbalance, or because I was trying to seek understanding, or because it was simply out of frustration. My intention never was to dominate or control the situation or to avoid accountability. And I think that when you live authentically, you don't get morally outraged or defensive if somebody accuses you of something that is out of your character. Instead, you realize that their reaction is a reflection of their own shit, not your truth. Because I no longer care about other people's perceptions of me. If someone thinks badly of me, that's fine. They don't know me. If I need something from you or if I'm seeking your approval, that's when I might become defensive.